Chloe, are you serious about the child support payment? I don't think I could do that for you.
Are you talking about the one-time payment? Of course I'm serious. I won't take back what I said. I'm worried you might refuse to pay child support in the future if I don't get all of the amount paid at once. I can't trust you. I thought you agreed when I told you this during our divorce mediation.
I didn't really agree with you. I just said that I'll think about it. Sabrina is still in elementary school. It's going to be a crazy amount if I have to pay all that child support at once. Can you imagine how hard that's going to be for me?
What? So are you telling me that you can't pay for your daughter? You don't love her anymore now that you don't have custody of her? How can you call yourself a father? Don't ever act like one in front of Sabrina anymore. I bet this kind of attitude of yours is the reason why I won the right to live with Sabrina.
Chloe, don't bring up the topic of child custody. That's an entirely different story. And I'm not really complaining about the amount. It's possible for me to pay for all at once. I do have a pretty high income.
Then what are you complaining about? Just accept it, can't you?
Chloe, do you remember the reason why we got divorced? It's because you're a big spender and extravagant with money.
God, are you blaming me for our divorce now? You really have no idea. That's obviously not the only reason. It's not just my fault. Don't blame me when you're also to be blamed. You're clearly at fault more than me. You're the one who has no idea.
First of all, I really don't understand why you got custody over Sabrina. I would object to the court's decision if I can. And now you're making me pay for child support all at once. How can I just accept everything without complaining at all? I think I should have more say in this.
Who do you think you are, Josh? You think you're better than me, huh? Do you remember what happened at your company before we got married? There's no way you have forgotten about it already. I remember.
It's true that my company faced some financial difficulties in the past, but it was just that once. And it was a long time ago. Why do you have to bring that up now? We're actually doing great right now. We're doing better than ever, actually.
But you can't guarantee that your company will continue to do well in the future. Show me proof. I know that there's no way to prove, so because you're not sure about it either, I have to make sure I get what I'm supposed to get. You might refuse to pay if your company faces another financial crisis.
Then prove to me that you won't use up all the money I pay you right now. You might be planning to use it up all by yourself and leave nothing for Sabrina. I can't trust you because I know how big a spender you are, Chloe. I'm really scared you might actually use it up. I'm willing to pay you an equal amount every month. Do you really need me to pay everything at once? Do you have any other good reasons for asking me that?
I know you're just saying this because you don't want to pay me money. Let me tell you something. Statistics show that payment rates for child support are really low. My request should make sense to you, no?
I don't care about the stats. It doesn't apply to me. I'm telling you that I'm willing to pay you monthly. Can't you see that I'm willing to pay?
You might be willing now, but how about in the future? Would you be willing if your company faces another financial issue in the future? We can never be sure of that. Or are you going to make a vow here that you'll pay me no matter what? Even if you had to go into debt?
I'll do that if it's for my daughter. I'll risk everything for Sabrina.
I don't care if you're willing or not to do anything for Sabrina. That's not the point. If your company goes bankrupt and you end up going into debt or to pay for child support, the amount that you initially agreed to pay might be reduced. If the amount gets reduced, it's Sabrina who's going to suffer, okay? Do you want your daughter to suffer financially because of you?
Okay, you have a point. I'll pay you all the child support at once like you wanted to. I won't object if you would guarantee a better life for Sabrina. I wish for her happiness the most.
If you're going to end up agreeing to my request, do it without complaining. What was the point of the conversation we just had now? Make sure you pay me everything at once. I won't let you meet Sabrina until you pay me everything.
I'll talk to my lawyer so that we can both get a copy of the document about the payment with our signs on it. That should be enough to make you feel assured.
Contact me again when the documents are ready. Don't try to persuade me again. I'm not going to take back what I said.
I know, I won't. So don't worry. Chloe, you have to promise me. The money I'm paying you is for Sabrina and her future. Don't you ever misunderstand that. Promise me that you won't use it for yourself. Promise me that you'll use it for Sabrina and keep it for her future.
I know. You don't have to tell me that over and over again. I'm her mother, okay? And I won the right to live with her when you didn't. The court knew that I'll be a better parent for her than you. Just accept it and get it over with, Josh.
Chloe, I just transferred all the money to your bank account. Can you check if it was correctly transferred to you when you have the time?
Oh, that was quick. We just met up yesterday to finalize our agreement. I can't believe you were complaining until the very last minute.
Chloe, I told you this already. The one-time payment itself wasn't a problem for me. It was more of a problem about trust. I'm a CEO. It's not hard for me to pay you that amount of money.
Okay, I know. Thanks for the money. Is that all you wanted to tell me? I'm busy. I can't waste time on you.
Wait a minute. There's more that I want to say. I paid you everything at once. I kept my promise. So now it's your turn to keep your promise.
Promise? What promise am I supposed to keep? I don't remember promising you anything.
I'm talking about when I'll be able to see Sabrina. You told me that I won't be able to see her until I paid the agreed amount. Now that I've paid you, I should have the right to see her. I want to talk about that in detail.
I thought we agreed that you'll see her once every month. What else is there to decide?
We still haven't decided the date and time. We did get divorced, but that doesn't change the fact that Sabrina is still my precious daughter. I miss her a lot. I have to make sure that I get to meet her every month.
Oh, okay, about that. Right. We still haven't decided the specific dates of when you're going to meet Sabrina. Josh, do we really have to start this month? We're both busy this month. We'll arrange a date next month.
What? No way. We're starting this month. I haven't been able to meet Sabrina since we got divorced. I cannot stand not meeting her any longer. I paid you like I promised. You have to keep your promise as well. Of course we're starting this month.
It's just been a few weeks. Can't you be more patient?
It's all because you made a tantrum about the share of property you're going to get and how much I'm supposed to pay you for child support during the discussion we had the other day. We didn't have time to decide about the specifics of when I'll be meeting Sabrina. I'm not asking you for much. You could at least let me meet Sabrina by the end of this month. I paid you everything like I promised. You should also do what you're supposed to do.
You paid money to meet your own daughter. Sounds a bit funny, doesn't it? Feels illegal for some reason. It's as if you're buying your own child.
There's nothing funny about it. I'm dead serious. This is really important for me. You have no right to refuse here. You can't stop me from meeting Sabrina. She's my daughter, and we agreed on this before we got divorced.
I know. Calm down, Josh. I was just joking. You're no fun to be around. You don't have to get so angry.
It's a big deal for me. I'll obviously lose my calm if you don't keep your promise. Please, Chloe, I really hope you take this seriously too.
Okay, I'll take it seriously. But I wasn't joking when I said that I was busy this month.
Why? You don't have a job now? Why would you be so busy?
That's why I'm busy. I need to find a job. I don't want you meeting Sabrina in private without me being there.
Okay, I get that you're busy, but you can at least make some time for Sabrina. She misses me too. She asked me when we'll be meeting again. I don't want to pressure you or anything, but I'm really desperate here. I don't want to keep Sabrina waiting.
You keep in touch with Sabrina without my permission? How come I didn't know that you two text each other regularly? You never told me that.
No, I did tell you, and it was your idea to get Sabrina her own phone. Why are you so surprised?
That was back when we just got married. We'll have to cut back on expenses now that I'm a single mother. I might have to think about selling her phone. It was too early to get her one anyways.
You should be able to cover for her phone bills using what I paid you. What did I pay you for if you're cutting back on the expenses used for Sabrina? You get to live with her, so you might not understand, but I miss her a lot. She misses me too. Can't you at least keep in touch with her?
I'm her only parent now. I have the right to decide everything about her. You're no longer her parent, don't forget that. Can I go now? I want to check if the money was transferred to my account like you told me.
Hey, we still haven't decided the dates on when I'm going to meet Sabrina. Or is there a reason why you don't want me to meet Sabrina? What are you hiding from me?
Josh, isn't it natural for me to think that I don't want my daughter to meet my divorced husband? And I told you that I'm really busy this month. Hello? Haven't you been paying attention?
But you have no right to forbid me from meeting Sabrina. And you don't ever take her phone away just because I text her regularly. You're going overboard. Chloe, you're being too controlling of your daughter.
Really? I don't think so. I'll let you meet Sabrina by the end of this month. We'll talk again later.
What? You think this is funny? Chloe, we haven't decided anything yet.
I don't care. I think we decided enough. If you're gonna complain, I can forbid you completely from seeing Sabrina.
You have no right to do that.
Oh, I don't know. Bye, I'm going now. I have plans today. See ya, Josh.
Sabrina, are you home? Are you okay?
Dad, I can't find Mom anywhere. I don't know where she is. She left yesterday and didn't come home. I'm alone in the house. I'm scared.
I know, Sabrina, you were a really good girl. Mom's with the police now, so everything will be okay now. I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
What do you mean? Why is Mom with the police? Did she do something bad?
No, Sabrina, just forget it. I should have said that. It's too complicated for you to understand. It's okay. Sabrina, don't worry.
Where is Mom? When is she coming home? I don't want to be alone anymore.
We'll be on our way to pick you up, Sabrina. Mom has something to do, so she can't come home yet. You will be living with Dad from today. Is that okay, Sabrina?
I'm living with you? Dad and me? Yes! I'm so happy. I missed you, Dad. Dad, when are you coming to pick me up?
Sabrina, listen. Dad also has something really important to do, so Grandma and Grandpa will be coming to pick you up, okay? Be a good girl and wait for them at home. Do you think you can do that, Sabrina?
Grandma and Grandpa are coming? Yay! I'm going to be a good girl. I can wait.
Good girl. I'm going to finish everything real quick so that I can see you as soon as possible. So be a good girl and wait at Grandma and Grandpa's house until I can pick you up, okay?
Okay. When are you coming to pick me up, Dad?
I don't know, but I'll do my best to finish quickly. It might be pretty long, but do you think you can wait for me? Sabrina, you might be asleep by the time I arrive.
Okay.
But we'll travel together tomorrow. We'll go wherever you want to go, Sabrina. I heard Mom was busy, so I bet you haven't been able to travel for a while.
Yeah. Mom hasn't been coming home. She doesn't really come home. Mom told me not to tell you, but it was the first time she didn't come home for the whole day, so I decided to text you. She usually comes home at the end of the day.
I see. Thank you for telling me. Sabrina, I have to leave now. I promise I'll finish everything as quickly as possible. Make sure you decide where you want to go tomorrow until I come and pick you up, okay?
Okay.
Josh, you planned everything, huh? You ruined my life. I got arrested by the police because of you. It's all your fault.
I guess you're out already, if you're texting me like this. That was faster than I thought. I was hoping you'll stay there forever. Too bad, though. You sound more energetic than I expected. Good for you.
Nothing's good for me. Who do you think caused all of this mess? How much do you think I paid because of you? You should compensate for my loss.
Are you talking about the fine you had to pay? You think it's my fault? Well, it's actually all your fault. You are to be blamed. Reflect on your actions.
Why is it my fault? I did nothing wrong. I just went out for a bit and left Sabrina at home for a few hours. That's all. How come you called the police on me for just that?
Have you lost your mind? A few hours. You left Sabrina at home all alone while you went out on your trip. You must have really lost your mind. Are you crazy? If I hadn't called the police on you, when were you planning to come back? How can you leave your daughter alone for days?
First of all, why do you know about all this? I don't think I've told you about it.
When I asked you when I'll get to meet Sabrina the other day, you said you were very busy. But you didn't tell me the specific reason for why you were so busy, and you were really eager to check if I transferred the money I paid you for child support to your bank account.
So what?
I knew at that moment that you were planning to use the money for yourself, not for Sabrina. So I checked your social media later that day. When I checked your latest post, you wrote that you were going to take a trip right now, but I couldn't find Sabrina in any of the photos you posted on social media. Strange, isn't it? You're a mother of a young girl.
So that's why you called the police on me?
It was easy to locate you, thanks to the information you posted on your account. I also had to visit the police station for questioning, and I wasn't able to pick up Sabrina myself, which is a pity, but I asked my parents to pick her up on my behalf, so she would be fine.
I can't believe it. How can you do this to me? How can you call the police on your ex-wife? We used to love each other, but once we've separated, you think you can do whatever you want to me. What if it was all a misunderstanding, and you did all of this for nothing?
I don't mind. I'll be glad that my daughter wasn't neglected. The worst case scenario for me would be you finding out about me reporting you and running away before the police can get you. so I knew that I had to act fast to get you in handcuffs as soon as possible.
God, Josh, I never knew you were this kind of person. Well, now that I'm out of jail, I need Sabrina to come back to live with me. I know you took her to your house. You can't stop me. I'll be in front of your door before you realize.
How can I ever let my daughter live with someone like you who neglects her own daughter and prioritizes her leisure? Sabrina is staying with me.
Stop with all the nonsense. Sabrina is my daughter and I'm her mother. I also have custody over her, and I thought we already agreed on that long ago. Just give her back to me.
Actually, I have custody. I have the right to live with her. I've already spoken to my lawyer about it, so he can contact you very soon. Just relax and wait for the official documents to arrive.
What? You're not making any sense. Why would you have custody over her now?
Reflect on your actions, Chloe. You deserve it. You have no right nor trust for being a parent. You have absolutely no right to call yourself a mother. There is no way you'll be granted the right to take care of her at home. There is nothing you can change at this point. Just shut up and wait until my lawyer contacts you.
Josh, I've already received child support from you. We can't just change everything now.
Well, it's not you who's going to decide that. First of all, you don't have the right to do so after what you did. And I have something I want to tell you regarding child support.
Oh, I also need to talk to you about that. I had to pay a fine because of you. I lost so much money. You have to pay me extra for the amount I lost.
No, I won't. That's impossible.
How was that impossible? I thought I was able to ask for additional child support when I needed more.
Let me remind you something. The money I paid you is for Sabrina, not for you. I thought I explained this to you 1,000 times already.
So what?
I told you that you're supposed to use it for Sabrina, but you still decided to use it all up for yourself. I know that's the reason why you wanted me to pay it all at once. You were planning to deceive me all along. I should have known better.
Josh, you're making me sound like a criminal. Can you stop exaggerating? You're the one who misunderstood everything. It's your fault. And don't forget that it's your responsibility to pay child support. It's your duty as a father, okay? I don't know why you're complaining so much. Honestly, you don't have the right to complain.
No, I have the right. Having to pay back the money received as child support rarely happens, because obviously good parents use it for their child, unlike you, but it's possible to ask for a repayment if the child support was used wrongly. I bet you didn't know that, huh?
Josh, it's your duty to pay child support. Why am I ever going to give it back to you? What are you talking about? I've never used the money wrongly. There's no way I'm going to give it back to you.
You made me pay so that you can use it all for yourself, and you used it for your leisure. You clearly used it wrongly. I have the right to get it back from you. And don't forget that I have custody over Sabrina now. You don't need the money anymore. If you're not going to take care of Sabrina, you're definitely paying me back everything I gave you as child support.
Wait a minute, Josh. Are you going to make me pay you back everything you gave me? Like the whole thing?
Of course. I paid you in a one-time payment, so you should also do the same.
You should know better than that. I used the money to go on the trip, remember? And I also bought some brand bags and accessories just after you paid me, so I barely have any left. There's no way I can pay you back all at once.
Yeah, I saw you bragging about the brands you bought on social media. It made me nauseous when I saw those posts. You're really rotten to the core.
Josh, you know that it's impossible for me to pay you back if you saw my social media. I don't have the money. If you're gonna live with Sabrina from now on, let me at least keep the money. I can't lose both at once.
None of my business. I'm definitely making you pay all the money back I paid you as child support. The money I gave you is for our daughter. It's not for your pocket money. You took advantage of your daughter so that you can get money. It's unacceptable behavior.
How about Sabrina? I bet she wants to live with her mother. I bet she's complaining about having to live with you from now on. Give her back to me. She loves me more than you. She obviously prefers to live with me.
Okay, listen, that's not really important after everything you did to her.
If she prefers to live with me, I should have custody, don't you agree? That means I'll need more money as child support. Just agree to pay extra and give her back to me now.
I never knew you were this dumb. During the past months after we got a divorce, can you imagine how lonely Sabrina felt when you were away? I know this trip wasn't the first time you left her alone at home.
Well, yeah, but
There's no way you can call yourself a mother at this point, and Sabrina said that she doesn't want to live with you anymore. The only thing I can do now is separate you from her for her happiness.
does that mean you're not going to give me any more money?
Clearly, yes. Stop objectifying your daughter and using her money as if it's yours. Sabrina has her own life to live, and it's her money to use when she's in need. It was all Sabrina's to begin with, so hurry up and give it back to her, thief. Shortly after that, the court reversed its decision and child custody was officially handed over to me. Chloe was demanded to pay everything I paid her as child support in a one-time payment. But because she's broke, her parents paid us back on her behalf. And now Chloe is forbidden from coming near Sabrina, so if she ever tries to get in touch with her again, I won't hesitate to call the police. After all the mess she made, Chloe went back to live with her parents. And I've heard that she's working hard to pay her parents back the money that they paid on her behalf. She had used up most of the money I paid her as child support, so it's probably going to take her a while to gather all that money. Sabrina, on the other hand, moved in with me, and we're a happy family of two. It's a challenge to balance my work and childcare, but with the support from my parents, I think I'm managing life pretty well. I promised myself not to make Sabrina feel lonely ever again. I love her, and she's my treasure.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Sally, are you there? I just wanted to thank you for packing my lunch today. You know, thanks to you, everyone at the office is always jealous of what I'm eating.
Thank you for saying that, Lawrence. I'm sorry that I couldn't do more for your lunch today.
What are you talking about? I think you did it great. I just feel lucky to have a wife who's willing to pack my lunches. I remember when I was eating things from the grocery store on my lunch break, and this is way better.
Yeah, I can imagine how you might get bored eating out every single time for lunch. But just let me know if you ever do want to buy your lunch instead, and I'll be sure not to pack a lunch for you that day. After all, I'm sure you get bored of my cooking now and then.
It's not that I get bored of your cooking, but sometimes there are office outings and lunches and other stuff. I'll be sure to let you know if I don't need a lunch next time though. By the way, you did a great job with this lunch. But there's actually just one more thing that I'd like you to do instead next time.
Oh, really? Sure. What would you like me to do next time?
Well, the thing is, I think you packed quite a few foods from the freezer in here as well as some leftovers from last night. So maybe next time you can try and make something a little more fresh and not just what we've already made.
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that. I was kind of in a hurry today, so like I said, I just ended up throwing that lunch together. But next time I shouldn't be so rushed. I'll be sure to make you something special then.
Thank you so much. The lunches are just always so much better when I know that you made them the same day. Also, I think I want to try getting into soups. So you might want to go out and buy a thermos or something for me as well.
Got it. I will be sure and pick up everything you need the next time that I go to the store. I'll be sure to pick you out a nice thermos as well. By the way, do you know about what time you'll be coming home?
I think I should be getting out of here at the usual time, so I should be home at the normal time as well. Oh, and something else. I would really like some fish and vegetables for dinner tonight, if you think you can manage that.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get something going and have it ready for you tonight. Also, I was wondering if we were going to be visiting your parents this summer. I was thinking we could bring them some fruit or something if we went.
Oh, right. I don't really think we'll really have to do that.
Oh, I see. But I thought that you were going to go and visit your parents this year to mark the passing of your grandparents. Actually, if possible, I think I'd like to go and visit my parents' graves as well.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that this summer. I think if we went to go and see my parents, we should probably stay with them the whole time. But maybe we can find another time to go and see your parents' graves.
But surely we should have time to make it to see them in the afternoon, right?
I would really prefer to just take the time to be with my family and not run around everywhere. Besides, you know that my mom likes to have us over for dinner as well.
Oh, right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay then. I guess we'll go and visit my parents another day.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that would be best. But either way, you're a housewife, It's not like you don't have plenty of time every day to yourself. Maybe you could just go and visit the graves yourself while you're free one day. Hey Sally, I'm sitting down for lunch right now, and what the heck is this soup? I thought you said that you were going to get up in time to make me a proper lunch, but this one tastes really weird.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. We ran out of the broth that I usually use, so I had to replace it with some powder instead.
Come on, what is the matter with you? You're a housewife. You stay at home all day. How could you forget to get all the ingredients you would need to cook for me?
I really am sorry about this, Lawrence. It was a genuine accident.
I'm sorry, but you're going to need to do better than just apologize to me.
I really don't think that soup should be all that big of a deal. Do you?
It's not just about the soup, Sally. It's much, much bigger than this. You've been screwing up more and more lately. I just wish you'd take your chores a bit more seriously.
I really am sorry about this morning and the soup, but Lawrence, I feel like you've changed a bit since we got married. I don't know, before you would always just laugh stuff like this off and let it go.
Well, that was when you and I were dating, isn't that right? Of course things are going to change now that we're married.
But it feels like you've gotten colder, meaner since we got married. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, so why are you letting this upset you so much?
Sally, you do know that I go to work every single day, right? I work so that we can have a roof over our heads and food on our table. What do you do that makes you think you can talk to me this way, huh?
I really wasn't trying to talk down to you or anything like that, if that's what it felt like.
All I'm saying is that a woman like you should really learn the proper way to treat her husband. The only response that you should be giving me at all is, yes, got it.
Lawrence, come on. You can't honestly think that's a fair way to go about this, right?
There you go again, talking back to me. I guess this means you've just lost $100.
I've lost $100? What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
Every time you talk back to me and argue with me, I'm going to give you $100 less to live on. So you'd better choose your words carefully.
Wait a second. You're going to punish me for talking to you by making me live on less and less?
There goes another $100 for you.
How can you do this to me? I haven't even done anything wrong. Why are you doing this?
I'm doing this so that you can finally learn how to be a good wife. I'm sick and tired of earning for a wife that doesn't show any gratitude to her husband.
But we take care of each other. It's not just you taking care of me, you know.
Oh, really? Then why is it that I'm the one who has to go into an office and work every single day to make money for us? All you do is sit around the house, barely keeping it in running order, while I'm out working myself to the bone. I'm sorry, but no matter how you try and parse this out, going to work 8 hours a day in an office is much worse than being a pampered housewife. So I think that any husband in my position, having to put up with a screw-up wife like you, would do the same thing.
Lawrence, please, I am really sorry that I forgot to buy everything that I needed at the store. But since I've already apologized, I don't see why you have to go through with this.
You really just don't get it, do you? You don't have a say in how you get punished. In fact, I'm going to take away $500 more from you. Next month, you're only getting $300.
$300? You mean you expect me to buy all the groceries, pay for the utilities, and everything else for $300?
That's right. Do you have a problem with that, Sally?
Well, it's just that I don't think that's going to be possible with so little money.
You do realize that all you're doing right now is complaining to me even more, don't you? You'll just have to learn to work with what I'm giving you.
Please, Lawrence, I really think that you need to give me more money if you want me to keep taking care of the house. I mean, you realize that if I don't have more money, that I won't be able to cook lunches that you'll enjoy, right?
And now, after all this, you dare and try to threaten me? I guess talking to me just wasn't enough for you, was it? But I'm not about to let myself get fooled by your tricks.
I'm not trying to trick you at all. I am telling the truth.
You know, you should consider yourself lucky that someone like me is even bothering to take care of some little orphan like you. I guess your parents must have died before they taught you how to be grateful to those providing to you. But let's make one thing clear. I married you because I thought you were quiet and could take care of the house.
Do you really mean that? Are those the only reasons that you wanted to marry me?
What are you talking about? Those are really important reasons. You don't make too much noise, and you do all right enough with the house to allow me to focus on my work.
I mean, I guess that's true, but I really don't like the way that you're talking to me.
You keep trying to make yourself the victim while blaming me, and you can't even see how horrible it is that you're really being. But no matter how nice and patient I am with you, you just refuse to learn. Well, now I'm going to have to train you until you do everything perfectly. So you better be prepared to live off $300 for the next month. I'd start saving my money now if I were you. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm done with my work and I'm coming home now. And I don't want to be eating any leftovers for dinner tonight. So if you try to serve me what we ate last night, you're going to be in big trouble.
Lawrence, you've only given me $300 for the whole month. I can really only afford to make large meals and then spread them out over the week.
I didn't ask for any excuses. I just told you what I want to eat. Now you need to learn what it means to be a good housewife and quit acting like this.
I'm not acting like anything. You just haven't given me enough money.
Well, what about my dinner? What are you going to be making me tonight?
Well, we have some chicken that I was thinking of making into cutlets, maybe some vegetables.
Oh my gosh, what is with the Great Depression or something? Why are we eating like poor people? Honestly, just reading those messages was enough to make me lose my appetite. Is this all a game to you or something like that?
Lawrence, please, I've been skipping lunch just so that there would be enough food for us for dinner.
And why do you think that that's my problem? I told you that you're the house, and you need to figure out how to make the budget work. Besides, I wouldn't have had to take money away from you if you weren't always talking back to me.
I really am trying my best with what you've given me, but the fact is that we need more money if we want to eat well.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. I guess that's another $100 you're not getting now. So you'll have an even harder time next month. I mean, what is with you? Were you not paying attention in school? Did you hit your head when you were a kid or something?
Okay, you know what? If you don't want to eat it, then you don't have to. And since you have all the money that I'd normally spend on groceries, why don't you just go out for dinner?
Excuse me? Just what has gotten into you, Sally?
I mean that I have put a lot of thought into these meals to make the most out of what you gave me. I clipped coupons, went to the stores late to try and catch things being marked down. And I did my best not to waste any of the food that I came with, and even then you still have complaints for me.
You really are just unbelievable sometimes. Do you know that? I mean, really, what am I going to do with you? You can kiss another 300 goodbye. How dare you talk to me like this after I've had a long, hard day at the office? But fine, if this is how you're going to be, then I will go and eat it. I'll go and eat a nice fancy meal all by myself and come home. How do you like that?
Sounds good to me.
And you can just throw out that disgusting slop that you were going to try and feed me tonight. Don't you dare have any though. If I'm not eating, then you can't eat it. Do you understand?
That doesn't make any sense at all. I cooked this food, so why shouldn't I be able to eat it? That's just a waste of food if you're telling me to throw it all out.
I thought I told you that you were to stop talking back to me like this. That's another $100 taken away from you. When are you finally going to learn? If we're going to stay together as man and wife, you really have to get serious. Just use your head for once. I have to say that this breakfast was just one of the worst things that you've ever cooked for me. I mean, you didn't even cook. It was just cereal and fried eggs.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. That's all we had.
And you didn't even make me anything for lunch either. You really are just the most useless wife. Do you know that? You're just lucky that I can't even take away any more money from you.
Yep, that's kind of how we got here.
Well, you realize that I would normally give you money for the month tomorrow, right? So what are you going to do now?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
I mean, what are you going to do when you have no money to buy food at all? Maybe I can give you $100 if you apologize to me for all you've done. Because I don't know how you think you're going to make it with no money.
And just why should I apologize to you? You're the one who's taking away the money from me in the first place.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If you apologize to me, then I'll give you the money. Don't you understand? Honestly, what is with you, Sally?
Well, I don't really feel like apologizing, and I certainly don't need any money from you, thank you very much. In fact, I'd like to get a divorce, so goodbye and have a nice life.
Whoa, 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 a divorce? What are you talking about? You can't just say that and then say goodbye. What's the matter with you?
I don't really care what you have to say on the matter. The fact is that I want a divorce, and nothing is going to change my mind. And if you say that you won't go through with it, then I'll hire a lawyer and we'll just have to do it the hard way.
But wait, what do you mean? You're really going to leave me? Where are you even going to go? You don't have anywhere else to live.
Oh, I know you thought that was the case. You thought that holding on to a little orphan like me would be so easy, right? After all, my parents are dead, so where am I going to run to when things get bad, right?
I never said that at all. I'm just worried about you is all. I really don't get why you have to try and take things so far.
Oh, so you're only worried about me now? Is that what I'm hearing? Because you certainly didn't seem to be worried about me while you drove me into this position. But don't worry, I have plenty of places that I go. You don't need to lose even a second of sleep over it.
So then, you really mean it when you say that you want to divorce me?
Of course I do. Why would I lie about something like this? You criticize me all the time. Don't give me the money that I need to do what I do for us. Why would I want to stay with you another day? I would much rather just live on my own at this point.
You know that you'd disappoint my parents if they found out about this, right? I mean, just think about it, all that my family has done for you.
Oh, I have told your parents about my decision to do this. I also told them all about the way that you've been acting. Both your parents said that they completely support me in leaving you. In fact, your mom even cried and apologized for the way you were treating me. So the only person who's disappointed your parents here is you.
Hold on a second. You mean that you talked to my parents about what I was doing? Why in the world would you do that?
You just hinted that they were going to find out anyways, so why wouldn't I tell them my side of the story? Besides, it's like you said, your parents did a lot for me and I wanted to give them a proper goodbye.
Well, I'm not going to go along with this. You won't get me to sign anything.
Why are you being like this, Lawrence? All you ever do is complain that I screw everything up. If you dislike how I do things that much, then go and find someone who makes you even happier, okay? Either that or go and hire a maid, since that's all you seem to think a wife is.
I don't get it. I don't think I've ever met anyone so ungrateful in my entire life. I work so hard to provide for you, and all I ask for is a clean house and 3 meals a day. You have no idea how good you had it.
How good can I have it when you won't even give me the money I need to do any of those things? You keep talking about how much you provide for me while you literally have taken away your end of the bargain.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the usual amount of money if we just set aside all this silly talk of getting divorced, okay?
I have already told you that I've made up my mind and I want the divorce. Nothing is going to change that.
But we've only been married for less than a year. Think of the rumors that are going to spread because of this.
You really do only think of yourself, don't you? I mean, you said yourself that the only reason you married me was because you wanted someone to do all the work that you didn't want to do. And that's why you picked me, right? It would be so easy to make a slave out of a girl with no parents, wouldn't it?
I never said anything about making you a slave, Sally. Look, maybe I've been hard on you lately. I understand that, and I'm sorry. So please, let's just make this up.
You really don't get this, do you? This isn't something that we're going to make up. This is the end of our marriage, and that's that. You used to be so kind and sweet, and now I see that that was only an act to make me fall in love with you. I see the truth now, and I'm not going to let myself get fooled again. After that, I did indeed have to hire a lawyer to force Lawrence through the divorce process. He was kicking and screaming the entire way, but in the end, we were finally able to end our marriage. I never once had any second thoughts or doubts about what I was doing. It was clear to me that Lawrence was the kind of guy who only saw a wife as an accessory or an extension of himself. While I wasn't doing it to get back at Lawrence further, there were friends of his who would contact me and ask me what happened to end our marriage. I gave them the truth, and eventually, that led to most of Lawrence's circle of friends learning about what kind of person he really was. He may have appeared to be a good man and husband on the surface, but he was really a manipulative and cruel man. As the rumors about Lawrence began to grow, I reached out to an aunt and asked if I could stay with her for a little bit. From her house, I found a job and was able to move into my own place and began living independently again. I've been enjoying my work and home life with no one there to complain about the way that I was doing things. I thought being married would fix my life and make me feel less lonely, but I realize now that it's not that simple. I'm going to focus on myself for now, but I know that I've learned many important lessons to carry with me into the next relationship, whenever that might be. As for Lawrence, I just hope that no one is ever unlucky enough to end up with him again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.